Not anymore the new Billywood prison, NBP, the place of the living hell. Per the testimony of the convicted felons, the NBP turned up as den of earthly paradise. The public is unaware that little Las Vegas thrive unmolested inside. Booze, chicks, and shows flows in abandon. The NBP is now the illegal drug trading center. The NBP developed into a novel rich habitat instead of a reformatory enclave. Goods and services come and go, encouraging commerce. Believe it had the reputation before as the most feared penitentiary of the convicted felons. Now to be incarcerated there is a blessing in disguise. All these things brought out in the open courtesy of the fight between Rodrigo Duterte and Leila de Lima, the colorful characters right now of the Philippines politics. Senator Leila de Lima instigated the investigation in the Senate of the extrajudicial killing, EKJ, as a consequence of Duterte's fight against illegal drugs. The International Human Rights Organization got alerted, and this enhances further Duterte's foul-mouthed exposure in the world scene. In turn, Duterte's allies in the lower house retaliate. The House Committee on Justice conducted too an investigation. This time, it's the proliferation of illegal drugs during De Lima's watch of the NBP. This intensifies further the extent of De Lima's illicit love affairs. Ditching for the moment the political soap opera, the probe in the lower house chamber produced an insight of one aspect of the illegal drug problems. The modus, how the confiscated drugs during raids recycled back to the street by the so-called ninja cops. The PNP Deputy Chief of Operation, Benjamin Magalong, explained the modus. He said, "We conducted operational research and case build-up for the 3 PNP officers and non-commissioned officers as well for the Operation Ago Bato. Ago Bato is an illicit activity of officers under the guise of legitimate anti-drug operations. These operations will file pre-operational report to PDEA. Upon launching the operation, once they nab the big-time drug trafficker and seize the drug, if while on their way out they are seen by other law enforcement agency, they will present the document as proof of the legitimacy of the operation. At their safe house, they divide the seized drug and sold them in fast break. If no one sees them, just the same, they would divide the loot and sold it to fast break as well. On a bigger haul, say 100 kilograms of drugs, they will only declare 30 kilograms and sold the rest too to pass break. In the meantime, the Chinese national that they nabbed would get landed in the paper as kidnapped for ransom victim. Once the ransom was paid, they would seize another Chinese national and declare that the kidnapping is solved. People only heard of snippets, anecdotes, and sparse explanation of how the recycled drugs get back to the streets. With Magalong's explanation, however, it provided a complete picture of how recycled drugs roamed in the street again. Two events people could stitch together to visualize the full measure of Magalong's explanation. Number one, the circumstances when Marine Lieutenant Colonel Ferdinand Marcelino was arrested and found in his possession 76.7 kilograms of shabu and 490 milliliters of liquid shabu, together with Yan Yi Shuo, a PDEA suspect, when swooped down at a shabu laboratory in Santa Cruz, Manila on January 21, 2016. And second, the event police officer 2, Jolly Aliangan, who reported directly to Joel Fagdilaw, fingered by Duterte as one of the 5 police generals who protected drug lords, was arrested at his house while in possession of 100 grams of shabu with 7 million in cash, firearms, and found to have brand new cars.